This video will show you what you need to complete the assignment, Evaluating Resources Glog. Your Glog is going to be based on your assignment from the 5 W's of Evaluating Resources. So you're going to want to open this document. For you, you will click on this link and then you will see a document that says the real 5 W's note catcher and your name. When you open up that document, the notes that you took about the who, what, where, when, and why are what you're going to be using as your content for your Glog. So have this document opened. Once again, you can find that document on the 5 W's Evaluating Resources. You will click on this link right here, and then you will see a document called Real and 5 W's Note Catcher and your name. Next, you can click on the Sign Up button and sign yourself into Glogster with the account you created. If you are working on a Glog and haven't started yet, you will click on Create New Glog. You can decide if you want it landscape or portrait. Which orientation do you want? I'm going to pick landscape. It will then open a blank Glog for you. Let's take a look at the requirements for the Glog. If I go back to Google Classroom, under Evaluating Resources Glog, here's the Evaluating Resources Glog requirements. Include all 5 of the W's with an explanation of what each one is. That is 15 points. So if I go back to my document, the real 5 and the 5 note catcher, here are the 5 W's. So I would get a point for each, including the who, what, where, when, or why, and 2 points for the explanation that I included with it. So I can just copy and paste essentially from here. So if I go back to my Glog, here's the different icons I can use. So if I want to put in text, I can click on text, and these are all the different types of text boxes you can use to put your text in. You click on the category on the side and the images change. So just say I want it on a piece of paper like this. I click on the text box I want and then I click on Use It. When you click on Use It, you might not see it appear, but if I close this box up and I scroll down, here's the box that appeared. If I want to type text in it, all I have to do is click in the box and double click and I get my text box. I can go back to Real and I can take my who and I can select the whole thing and copy it, go back to my Glog and Command Control V and paste my text. Who put it up, and I'll be more specific, who put up the website, who put the website up, and or who is the author. Over here is where I can format. I can change the color of my font simply by highlighting the font, changing the color. I can change the size by highlighting the font and picking a different size. Oop, that's too big. I can change the look of my font by clicking in the text editor right here and changing the look of my font until I get something that I like. Please make sure you check your spelling. Other things that I can do with my text box is I can rotate it, I can click on it and move it around, and here's all those other text boxes that I didn't think were showing up but did. If I want to get rid of something, I simply click on it, and here's the garbage can. Click on it, garbage can. Click on it, garbage can. Okay? Other editing features. There's changing the color of the background of my text box. See how it changes the color? There is changing the text again if I want to in my text editor. I just click on the letter A. And those are really the important features. Other things, if I want to add, I go to the plus sign. If I want to look at the other options, One of the other things that you're going to do is change the background of your wall if you want to. I click on wall, and I can go through the gallery and see all the pictures that they have in the gallery and click it and use it. I can just pick a solid color. Or if you want to upload an image, you need to download the image to your computer and then just use this button to upload an image, which will then appear under My Images. That's the image that I just uploaded. Okay. The other thing you're going to want when we go back to the requirements are images that represent each W. That's 10 points. So images, I'm going to have to go look for images. So if I want an image that represents the Who, so I'm going to go out and click on images, and I actually have to do a search. So I'm going to open up a new tab, and I'm going to do a Google image search, and I'm going to type in Who and images, which I spelled wrong, but that's okay. So there's lots of different things. I don't want the World Health Organization. Okay. I can go to Who Is and give a click. And if I want this, you are going to do an alt click and save the image as to your computer. For you, it only saves in one space. For me, it saves in multiple spaces. Then I can go back to image, and here's the upload button. And I can find that image. It went into my downloads folder. Yours is just where it is. Click on it, open it up, and see how it's processing. There's the image. I click on it. I click use it. And there it is in my Glog. Now it's giant. So if I want to make it smaller, I can click in the corner and drag. I can drag it around and change it whatever I want. I can rotate it. I can add a link to it. So if you wanted to link something to it, you could. So if I go to my evaluation, here's my basics. I need the 5 W's with their explanation. So I'm going to need 5 different text boxes with the word and the explanation. I need an image that matches for each one of them. So that's 10 points. That's 2 points an image. Then spelling, grammar, and capitalization. Check your spelling. Check your capitals. Check your periods. Ask someone to proofread your work before you turn it in. And then overall appearance. Does it look good? Can you read everything? So you don't want to pick a font that's not very readable. So if I can look through the fonts. They're all pretty readable. That's okay. So you're probably going to not have that problem. But you don't want to make it so small that it's not that easy to read. Okay? So you want to make it readable. You do want your colors to kind of go together, and you want things to look neat. So if I made an error down here and added some things I don't need, I can click on it and garbage can. Click on it and garbage can. And click on it and garbage can. One last thing that I'm going to add that I forgot that I should add is you're going to want a title. So remember, if you need to add something new, click the plus sign and let's go to text. I'm going to pick a heading because I want something big. And I'm going to click use it. And I think, oh, where is it? Well, if I scroll down, there it went. Sometimes it's not at the top. I'm going to drag it up to the top. And I'm going to name it, and I'm going to change the writing, and I'm going to call it Evaluating Websites, or we could call it Evaluating Resources by Mrs. Warsh. I'm going to pick a font. So remember, notice I'm clicking on the fonts and nothing's happening. I have to highlight it first. Click on a font. It changes it. Maybe I want to make it bigger since it's my title. So then, oops, I can't see everything. So I'm going to have to make my box bigger. See if I can make my box bigger. See what happens to the rest of my name. Okay, the rest of my name went away, so I'll have to fix that. Okay, so you're going to want the title Oh, it's above. Okay, so my font's too big. It's not fitting in the heading. That's what it is. Sorry, guys. So let's do 36. Let's make it 36. Can we see everything? Oops, I forgot to highlight it. It's always my error. So I'm going to make it 36. Now I can see everything in my heading. I can drag it over to the middle. And now I have the first part. I have my name and I have my who. Now I'll need to go and get my what, where, when, and why. And that's what you need to do for the assignment.